Good afternoon, everybody. My name is miahtheking, and today we're looking at a game just released on Steam called Circus Electrique, developed by Zen Studios and published by Saber Interactive. This game is advertised on Steam as a steampunk tactical RPG, and strategy RPG. So basically, this game claims to be an RPG through and through. I myself don't really consider it to be an RPG, but that might just be on personal preference. To me, an RPG, and I mean a legitimate RPG, needs to have more depth and character to it than this game does. No. This game is more of a strategy simulation game than anything else. But that's besides the point. So, the store page doesn't really tell you what you're getting into. It tries to, but it's also kind of vague, so please allow me to elaborate. This is a game about managing a circus. I'm sure you've already realized that. And yet you send out your circus freaks to fight robots that have gone insane for unknown reasons. The cops are all the robots here, and they all decided to go around looting and pillaging. You and your trusty band of misfits need to head out and fight them off, discover the mystery of what's going on, and eventually put an end to all of it while managing your circus performances and keep entertaining the people. Even though most of them are probably running for their lives from the evil robot cops. Now, honestly, this game is definitely not my type of game. I don't play games like this. I don't like games like this, and if it wasn't for my channel, I never would have touched this game. However, just because that is my personal stance doesn't mean that I can't recognize a good game when I see one, and I think this game is actually pretty darn good. So, the graphics are really well done, they have that perfect old-timey feel to them, and the character designs are all really interesting and quirky and unique as well. The game's stability is pretty great, and it never froze or crashed or anything like that on me. The voice acting here is also phenomenal. Every one of the voice actors are doing a great job here, and the voice acting isn't just in cutscenes. There is voice acting in the battles and in the extra little tidbit sections, like the newspaper boy crying out, "Extra, extra, read all about it." They really put some effort here, and it shows, and I'm glad, because in my opinion, bad voice acting can sometimes ruin an otherwise great game. The sound effects and music, in par with the voice acting overall, in fact, are also pretty spot on and fit perfectly. The music helps immerse you, and the sound effects sound exactly the way you want them to. Then you've got the gameplay. The gameplay it's smooth, it's easy to understand, it works well, and it's rather engaging. I actually lost track of time while playing because I was so invested in the gameplay alone. So basically, the way this works is, well, as you're seeing on screen, you'll have up to 4 people go up against up to 4 enemies. Each has different types of units, which come with a variety of different skill sets, which vary from person to person. Each ability will do something different, and so you'll need to read and think carefully before choosing the team you want to send out to explore the streets. And yes, there is an exploration feature here. Kinda linear, but with a few choices as you go about trying to solve the overall mystery here, stuff like that. Along the paths you travel, you will have random events forcing you to make a choice, which can give you a reward or a consequence. They'll have random battles spaced out about, along with loot chests that give you components, money, food, or whatever. All the resources here serve a purpose as well. Food is important because you need it to feed your entertainers every day. Money is important for upgrades and buying items or components. The components are important for crafting, and you can craft things like show lights to improve the show of your circus you're putting on that day, or bandages to heal your fighters when they are in combat. There is the management of the circus, building and upgrading new circus buildings, and then there's even a show you have to put on every night. In this show, it has its own management screen where you place entertainers based on their type, and some of them don't work well with others, so you'll need to be careful how you set up your show and who's working with who. Then, you need to allocate some further points on what you want them to focus on during the show, and voila! You're done, and ready to go exploring again, and your circus freaks can perform for the masses. Oh, by the way, I only keep calling them circus freaks because the game did. So, let's wrap up these positive points, including the few I did forget to mention. The game has a good tutorial that isn't too complicated and annoying. It actually helps you. It gives you enough information, but not too much, and it does it at the right time so you know what you're doing and you can learn the game. The game's gameplay is solid and not missing a whole lot. It's also pretty engaging and well thought out. The sound effects, music, and voice acting are all really well done. They're all just really good and they fit well, they work well together. The stability is pretty nice. The game is rather in-depth in areas I didn't think they would be, like the part about putting on a show every night. I mean, it's got its own mechanic for that. I wasn't expecting it, and it's a very welcome change of pace from games that normally just leave stuff like that out or assume it's being done in the background. No, this game actually has you doing that. And the game is offering all of this to you at such high quality for only $20 here in the US. I mean, that sounds like a lot of positives to me to make that $20 price tag more than worth it. The only real complaint that I have, complaints plural, that I have is that the combat is a bit time consuming. There's no way to speed it up, and so you basically end up watching the exact same animations happen over and over again. And the other one I have is that the story is kind of bland and boring. It's just not very interesting overall. Some reporter lady, her uncle's the one who runs the circus, and she hates him for some unknown reason about her mom who maybe died, and he is a circus, he runs the circus, but I don't know. Either I didn't play long enough to get a lot of the backstory, or they were very vague about it. So, not only that, the killer robots are just out and about, right? But they're out killing people, but we don't know why, and I don't really care. And let's not have any soldiers or anything try to stop the robots. No, we're gonna have the circus performers go out and fight them. I mean, it's all a bit ludicrous and hard to believe, but then again, maybe that was the point. Also, the comedy in the game wasn't hitting with me. I never laughed once. Hell, I never even smiled about any of the jokes they were throwing out there. I just didn't think it was all that funny or entertaining. I kind of skipped through the dialogue because even though the voice acting was really well done, the dialogue was just kind of blah. I would love a game like this, but with something more serious. You know, give me a castle that I have to upgrade and get stocked up, or a spaceship. Give me soldiers I can get to know, mages or aliens that I can use and develop and get to know, you know? I just couldn't get into the parody idea this game was trying to give off. The feeling of, well, I don't want to be mean, but the feeling of lameness was just a bit too strong for me on this one. It's like they were trying too hard to be something they're not. I won't be getting a refund simply because I think the game is really well developed, and the developers deserve some money and recognition for this because it is a good game. However, I don't think I'll ever pick it up again. Not because it's bad, just because it's not for me. I personally was not having fun with it. But it's still a good game. Does that make any sense? However, if you've been listening to this review and watching this video and it sounds like something you'd be interested in, or if this is just the type of gameplay style you normally enjoy, then I would highly recommend you give this game a chance. Check it out. To be honest, I think anyone who watches this video should probably check out the game. In the first hour, you're going to know whether you like it or not, and if you don't, then you can always get that refund. Honestly, it's not a bad game. I feel like with a different skin and a different, more engaging plot, I could have been addicted to this for weeks. At the very least, I'm pretty sure this game will last at least several hours, which would also justify that price tag. Honestly, for 20 bucks, this game is a steal. It has great production value, great voice acting, and engaging gameplay mechanic with lots of depth. It has its issues, sure, but for $20, this game is not a bad choice to pick up, even for first-timers who've never played games like this. So in summary, I do recommend this game. I think it's a really good game, and I think everyone should at least give it a try. Alright, everybody? Okay, so that's all the time I got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.